Good evening everyone. This is another vlog from Fiona. So today I was out at university. Tuesday is my long day, so naturally I didn't have time to record while I was on campus. But the topic I wanted to go over tonight was that of the things that we carry with us when we leave the house. Most of my friends will know that I'm one of these people who takes preparedness very seriously, and I have this sort of huge pack of various things that I tend to carry around. Less so nowadays, since it, doesn't fit in my backpack, at least when I've got books and my laptop in it. But even so, I still carry my first aid kit in there, and I've also got a couple of multi-tools in there, and my umbrella, and a few other odds and ends. But there's a few things that I do carry with me on a more regular basis, even when I'm not at university. I mean, those things are pretty much your standard, like, mobile phone, or my purse, or my keys. I've got a pair of gloves in my jacket pocket, and I've got a lighter in there as well. I use that mostly for sterilising sewing needles if I ever have to pop blisters, and yes, I have had to do that before. Some of the stuff that I carry with me is here beside me. So for example, I've got this. This here is a blue Victorinox Swiss Army knife. My father got me a big red one for Christmas, but rather than hefting that around everywhere, I decided to go into Taiso's, which is this huge outdoor shop, and I got myself a smaller version of the Swiss Army knives. It's got all the usual accoutrements, scissors, just a nail file and screwdriver on this thing, and of course it's got your blade on the other side. As well as that, it's got sort of toothpicky type thing that I can't see ever using. And oh, there it is. And it also has a pair of tweezers, which is very handy if you're prone to getting stung by things, or for that matter if you happen to get stuff in your blisters or sore points or anything like that. So yeah, this is the one thing that I do carry with me on pretty much a permanent basis. I never leave home without it in my pocket. It's always there. What else? Then there's this. This is a marine whistle. It's an emergency whistle. Basically, you blow on it and it is very, very loud. I'm not going to do it here because obviously I would scare my poor mother who's downstairs sick with the cold. So yeah, but it's something that I do keep on my person at all times when I'm out of the house, because you never know when you're going to get into an emergency and actually need to make a lot of noise. I realise how sad and cynical that sounds, but really, you never know. Better to be safe. Most of the time I also carry handkerchiefs. At the moment my cotton one is either lost in the wash or hidden somewhere. So I also carry packets of paper handkerchiefs, handy Andes or Kleenex or whatever I can get. And then there's also this. This is a paracord bracelet, and basically if you ever have to use it, you can unravel it, and it provides you with, well, a good length of very strong rope. It can usually hold up to about 550 pounds of pressure per square inch, I think, and that's pretty much enough to save maybe a couple of adults, maybe more, in the event of emergency. It can also be used for hitching tents, or as a clothesline, or anything. So yeah, I actually tend to wear this a lot nowadays as well. You never know when you're going to need it. So yeah, those are the things I tend to keep on my person. In my first aid kit I've got the usual sort of plasters, let's see, plasters, antiseptic wipes. I've got a pair of tweezers somewhere. I've also got, oh, I've got one of those CPR shields that, you know, when you're having to do CPR, it helps protect you and also the person that you're, you know, breathing into. So yeah, I've got one of those. I got it when I was doing my first aid training with the Girl Guides. I'm actually very glad that I got that particular certification. I'm really sure it'll come in handy at some point. Let's see, what else is there? I also tend to carry in there some painkillers, aspirin, paracetamol. Now and then I've got Rennies in there as well, and I think there's some Gaviscon somewhere in my bag. So yes, prepared for all eventualities. And there's also a little cheat sheet that, you know, sort of tells me to stop and think when I'm in an emergency. So yeah, that's pretty much everything that I tend to carry with me on a personal, when I'm, you know, out and stuff. And yeah, so what are the things that you guys, you know, carry? Is there anything that you prepare for beforehand? Is there anything you make sure you have with you before you leave the house? And yeah, so as always, you can leave your comments in the little box down below, and I will see you later. Good night.